This is Vikings United, your ultimate destination for everything Minnesota Vikings. Bringing together the most passionate fans, insightful analysts, and dynamic creators from across Skol Nation. Get ready for deep dives, spirited debates, and exclusive insights from Coach Cody. We're celebrating our community, honoring our heroes, and fueling your fandom with Pillars of Valor coffee. This is more than a show. It's a movement. This is Vikings United.
Running through these towns, kicking psychedelic sounds. I leave my heart down on the ground. Since I don't have you around, I'll grab a bottle off the shelf and go and drink it by myself. Say you wanna talk it out, well I don't think I need your help. Think I'm better off alone. I made my home run on the road. I won't spend my lonely nights talking on the telephone. I find a girl at every show, but I will never let you know how much I regret the past and why didn't you go? Because hearts ain't smart, they're built for fools. Fall apart and let you break all your rules. It'll make you choose between a bottle and the blues. But my heart can't seem to forget about you. Can't forget about you. Last 3 months, like a donkey on a chain, I got my heart off your leash, but you still infect my brain. So now I'm running round in circles, cause I can't forget the pain. Like 1,000 shiny daggers every time I hear your name. Though I have to get control of my body and my soul. I pick my heart up off the floor like I had to twice before. Should've cared a little less, we should've loved a little more. Now we both regret the past as we're walking out the door. Because hearts ain't smart, they're built for fools. Fall apart and let you break all your rules. It'll make you choose between a bottle and the blues. But my heart can't seem to forget about. Can't seem to forget about you. Can't forget about you.
Welcome into the Scene Project Sports Network. I am your host, Bubba Starts, and you are here for Vikings United. We go live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. We talk about the week that was in the NFL, and we take a look ahead to the future. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Cody Hommedahl. Coach Cody, what's happening, brother?
How we doing, man? Happy New Year. It's a good time. 9-8. So, finish the season over 500.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible the way this season turned around once we started this show. I don't want to take a whole lot of credit for it, but I feel like we've made an impact.
Most definitely. I feel like every week after the show and we're watching the game as it happens, I'm texting, between you, me, Big B, we're all like, yo, they must have checked out the pregame show. Cause I last week I called it. I was like, that reverse run with Addison a couple weeks ago, if it was just a shovel pass, that's passing yardage. So I figured we might as well do that with Jefferson, and we did. So that made me feel great.
Third play from scrimmage.
Yeah, early and often. Get it to him quick. Get it out of the way.
Well, and obviously we're going to talk a little bit about that. Happy to see that Jefferson got his 1,000-yard season. And some really big moments in that game. You know, obviously you expect to come out with a win when Green Bay is starting mostly second and third stringers, whoever was left on the team that wasn't on injured reserve or, you know, just resting for their playoff run. But to see, you know, Harrison Smith possibly in his last game in a Vikings uniform or at all, to see CJ Ham get the touchdown. Shout out to Ham, our Skol pig back there, named after the great CJ. I mean, just some really big moments. And I was glad that there was a big home crowd there to cheer them all on and to give them that very due ovation.
Yeah, I mean, if it's Harrison Smith's last year, I mean, what a career. All with one team. That's very rare to happen in the NFL these days. So him and CJ Ham. So I mean, just true testament to their character. Harrison Smith probably could have got money in a bag somewhere else, but chose to stay here. Took a couple pay cuts, if I'm not mistaken. So that speaks wonders. And CJ Ham, I mean, coming from Concordia and just making his path and to have this longevity of a career, it's amazing, and I'm glad he was able to get that touchdown.
A pretty cool moment. Well, we're going to bring in the other guys here in a minute, but let's take a moment to shout out our sponsors, Pillars of Valor Coffee. I was just sipping on my cup right now, and you guys should be sipping on a cup too. These guys are absolutely awesome people. Shout out to Zach Husted and everything that he does for the veteran community, especially. And so shout out to Pillars of Valor. We're going to get a quick word from them, and then we'll be back with Big B. And I see Sir Picasso's in the background there too. So we'll be back with the boys in a minute. As we cheer on our Minnesota Vikings, let's also recognize true heroes. Pillars of Valor Coffee isn't just about exceptional taste. It's a veteran-owned company with a powerful mission. With every purchase, you're directly contributing to programs that empower and support veterans and first responders. Imagine starting your day with a rich, bold coffee that also fuels a vital cause. Pillars of Valor Coffee is dedicated to making a tangible impact, honoring those who've served our nation and communities. Join them in their mission. Visit pillarsofvalor.com to learn more and get your bag today. Pillars of Valor Coffee. Great coffee, greater purpose. And a huge shout out to Pillars of Valor for sponsoring the show and being a part of what we're building here. They didn't need to send me the bags of coffee that they did. I got one sitting out here. The smell of this alone is enough to fire you up and get you ready for game time, man. I promise you. We got Cody's bags on his way so we can keep him fueled up while he's working, 37-hour days and everything. Let's bring up B's not on video tonight, but we got his beautiful voice in here. B, you with us?
Yep, I'm here. No, what a Sunday, week 18. I mean, a great game. I mean, I think I texted you, Bubba, right away when they did that little ceremony for Smith and said, I think we got our answer. So I know he did a couple interviews and said he did a couple interviews and kind of said that he doesn't know yet, but I think we got his answer. I think we got the answer. So
I think a lot of it hinges on the B-Flow decision, right? I think Flores could talk him into coming back for another year if it's all together. But if this team's going through a rebuild on either side of the ball and there's a bunch of things up in the air, a nice time to just hang the cleats up and say it. I really appreciated the emotion out of both CJ Ham and Harrison. Obviously KOC gave him a moment in the locker room as they're all kind of, breaking it down for the last time. And obviously they led that team breakdown, family on three. I do love that about this team. And it was pretty fitting, a huge ovation, a well-deserved one. But yeah, I think it would take something special to bring him back at this point.
Well, and I think too that PA, the announcer, the referee stated that the Vikings are taking a timeout just to honor Harrison Smith. So no, the ref said it. So
yeah, you don't make a big scene of it like that and kind of orchestrate it and announce it if it's if he's coming back, right? So I think it's something monumental that maybe brings up. Maybe it's a mid-season thing. Things are going really well, and you're like, "Hey, brother, we might be on a run here." It's a
he's
late,
feeling healthy and
week 15 signing, right? He's on the street, so he's able to sign with whoever that you guaranteed in the playoffs, and you're like, "Hey, buddy, I hope you kept in shape because we're going to pick you up for this run." Even if he's not like on the field starting in that position, you kind of do it to possibly get his ring. I don't know. I feel like that would be a really classy move on their part, but let's get Sir Picasso in here. I know he's painting away.
Well, and with Harrison Smith, I mean, he needs one more interception to get to 40?
Yeah.
Like, why not?
It just seems like that doesn't matter to him all that much, right?
No,
like
you're right. You're right.
It was about all of that. It was really disappointing that LaFleur, he's such an asshole. I hate that guy. That he didn't at least let the guy throw up one, come on, and then kick the field goal at the end. I mean, he knew it wasn't going to let us get away with a shutout, right? But to not throw the ball at all and just be a pansy like that, whatever. I got plenty of thoughts on him. What up, Marcus?
What up?
What's going on, fellas?
Danielle in the comments.
What's up, Danielle?
Danielle was actually just featured in the 30 for 30 from her first college that she graduated from, the 30 under 30. So, yeah, she had a big
congrats to her.
And that was pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
That's dope.
Oh, she's the rock star of the family. I'm just trying to hang on for the ride.
There you go.
Marcus, I know you know what that feels like.
Yeah, I'm just chasing. I'm just happy to be in my wife's shadow. You know what I mean?
Even if it might be a small shadow.
It's a very small shadow. Yeah. It's like a Dorito.
Before we move on from it, with the Harrison Smith and CJ Ham, I mean, if we lose them, we're not just losing valuable reps at a certain position, but we got to replace the standard that they set too.
Yeah,
that's going to be tough.
And where neither one of them were real like big rah guys, the fact that they are in the room commands so much respect. You know what I mean? Young guys aren't fucking around when you have Harrison Smith there that's been in the league for 13 and CJ. So even though they might have been quiet leaders and maybe you're not missing their voice, you're going to miss their presence regardless.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them like pull Harrison in as a coaching though. Keep him on the team in some aspect.
Yeah.
I like that.
To me, that would be a really smart move. So,
yeah, well, and that's one way to not lose that presence, right? Even though he may not be on the field, there's no doubt that he could obviously teach this game and to provide some insight. And having someone that still knows a lot of the players in this league, I find like that would be extremely valuable from that side as well. I mean, especially if you lose B-Flow moving forward as teams are starting to hire new head coaches. Speaking of that, John Harbaugh, what?
Yeah. Wow. See, Big B shot me that message, and instantly I'm like, if there's a destination for a hotspot for a coach, it's got to be Baltimore.
Yeah.
If I'm B-Flow,
that just became like spot number one for him. And I feel like if he doesn't land there, that he's going to land back with Minnesota. So like he's going to be in purple either way or nothing is kind of how I feel like, because none of the other head coaching jobs seem that attractive for someone who's been doing it at this level and has gone through like a debacle with a Miami and a poor franchise, right?
Yeah, not attractive at all. The other ones, I mean, Baltimore, you got Lamar at quarterback and the defense that they got. Derrick Henry, if he keeps up or stays for at least one more year, like you have pieces there.
Do you guys
Bro, he
think like
just
the
ran.
weather and all that comes into play? Like so
What?
say, Bob, I'm gonna be like, look, I want you to come coach my team, the Buffalo Bills, or you get the job offer to go coach in Miami. Like, do you think, where do I want to live?
I mean, I don't think anyone ever comes out and says that, but that's got to be in the back of their mind. And I mean, these guys got wives, man. Like, well, a lot of us we have significant others. They're the wives and the families come into play here as well. So I don't think any of these coaches that have families take these decisions lightly. And it's a lot more than just the team on the field or the ownership or the franchise that you're going to. There's a lot more that goes into these decisions.
That's why I think that Minnesota's perfect, because I look at some of those other teams, and not to talk shit about Baltimore, but I've been to that stadium and that town. My first thought isn't even really the weather, but the crime rate, bro. So I don't know about you guys, but
you're too damn close to DC still, man.
Well, we travel a lot. We go to a lot of away games, and when I was in Baltimore, one of the first things I do, even when I went down to Dallas just last month, is I look to see where the crime rate is in the area I'm staying at. Man, Baltimore had like 10 murders 2 blocks from where we were standing like the week before. I ain't even lying. Like I was
damn.
The whole block got shot up.
It was so bad. And then one of my buddies is actually a SWAT captain in Baltimore. So he had stopped by when I messaged, like, is this legit? Talk to him. He shows up at the Airbnb that Friday night and goes, yeah, don't go past that stop sign. So just turn everything, go to the block, take a left. Like, so there's certain towns, man. I couldn't, I wouldn't even want to play it. Nothing.
And no doubt with a young family like B-Flow has, that comes into play. Hey, Jer, shout out to you, man. Way to go, Lions, getting it done against the Bears. I know it didn't have a lot of meaning at the end of the day with the Eagles losing to the Commanders, freaking idiots. But now you got a big NFC North showdown in the wild card round this week with the Bears playing the Packers. So we'll see how that all shakes out.
I think it shows other teams too, like how to beat them. You know what I mean? Like at that stage in the season, when you see somebody play and they could be like, oh, well, they weren't playing full force because they didn't need to. Well, then you shouldn't be a professional athlete.
Oh, they needed that game. They didn't know what was going on.
They needed it.
They needed it.
Oh, I thought it didn't matter for Chicago.
A banged up Green Bay with no Parsons or the Rams. Like that's a healthy difference and set them up. So, I mean, they're very lucky that the Eagles couldn't hang on against the Commanders, and what a fall from grace. I mean, I know they still made the playoffs, but just really haven't looked good all year. And that Chicago team has looked beatable all year. I mean, they took advantage of playing a 4th place schedule. They beat the teams that they should have, but a lot of those games went down to final plays, a blocked field goal against the Raiders, right? So you look at some of their wins that they have. And,
like the Raiders openly gave up on the season.
Early, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like this Bears team was world beaters, although if you talk to anyone in Chicago, it's, different that they've made it and they've arrived. And so next season will be the test of that team and that franchise. But they got a lot of issues, man. They couldn't stop San Francisco on Sunday Night Football a few weeks ago. They couldn't stop a Detroit offense that the Lions made look like a freaking high school team, or that the Vikings made look like a high school team on Christmas Day. What they have going forward, we'll see. And this Green Bay team, it's hard to say who's going to show up because of literally who's going to show up.
Right.
Oh, man, I heard people
All
were
injuries.
trash talking, saying that we're lucky that Parsons was injured and that Diggs just got there. And I'm going, bro, at the end of the day, he's still a professional athlete. Like, he's supposed to be a top-notch corner, and we threw all over them.
And even if Parsons is healthy and Love is healthy, you may not be seeing those guys in that game anyway because of their locked playoff position, right? Like, LaFleur
Right.
was openly sitting starters during that whole game, right? Like there's no reason that the Vikings should have ever lost that game this week, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Packers weren't going to play. I mean, they might have played them maybe for a quarter or something, treat it like a preseason game, but after that, they weren't going to play their starters the whole game. That game meant nothing to them.
No, and like I said, Love suited up, but he was never like emergency status, which is why you don't drop back with Tune and throw it and risk him getting injured to where you then have to put your player out on the field. So, yeah, is it a meaningless win? Who cares, man? It's a win, and this team finished on a 5-game winning streak, finished above 500, went 4-2 in the division, right? In one of the worst seasons that we've seen this team play in the KOC era. So what does that say about the future going forward? Already talk about they're looking for veteran help at the quarterback position, which is kind of like, duh. You're obviously not going in with Max Brosmer as your backup. Does that mean that they're going out and trading for a huge name out of the gate and bringing in, a Burrow if he's even available, a Stafford if he's available, right? Like, but it was obvious that you're going to get a veteran in here to at least be a competent backup and to put a little pressure on JJ McCarthy in the offseason.
Yeah, quarterback's definitely going to be something we need. In my opinion, I think it was stupid to leave McCarthy out there as long as they did. I think they should have taken him out as soon as Justin Jefferson got his 1,000 yards, because now his hand's re-injured. Was he even ready to go, or did we force him out there because we needed those yards for Jefferson? Did he do more damage than good? He probably, obviously he did more damage because it's hurt, but is he going to need surgery?
Coach, I mean, you made a good point that they, Jefferson or JJ should have been out there, but I mean, you know what the locker room's like. We played sports. If you're 90%, you want to go. You want to be out there with your team. He's young. He wants to definitely be out there with his team. Yeah, they should have played him as long as he did. Maybe not even at all, but it's hard to sit people. I mean, we all know that it's hard to sit people that want to play.
No, I get that 100%. I feel that every time I got to put out a depth chart, and there's some switches that are made, but if it comes down to he did more damage and has to have surgery, that's another offseason that he can't get timing down.
Yeah. No, I get you on that part. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's that bad, though. I mean, from listening to the press conference and stuff, they don't think it's going to be that bad. So.
No, and was it that bad? Was it already sore and maybe the adrenaline starts to wear off after halftime and where you maybe didn't feel it before? Did he hit it on a helmet again? I guess I didn't see where he had re-injured it.
I think it was on a helmet. I'm not positive, though.
I'm not positive either.
Well, and you know what they say is once those things are injured and then you heal up again, it's a little bit stronger at that point, right? So, maybe the kid needed to get banged up a little bit to get hardened to the NFL game. And maybe it sets him up, where he goes no injuries for another decade, right? And learns how to play a little bit differently. And I know we're going to have mixed feelings on this, but how did you guys feel about that run in the first series? Him laying the wood down. The stiff arm was beautiful. I think we all agree on that. But laying the wood and then getting into the face, I thought the penalty was bullshit, to be perfectly honest. I don't think he went over the top and deserved a flag on that. I liked it personally.
Same.
I liked it. I loved it. It wouldn't have been a foul or a penalty if he didn't hover. Well, as soon as you look down, they're gonna throw it. They're just gonna. That stiff arm was nasty.
Here's my biggest take on it, real quick, is people are gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, he's soft, man. He's injury prone. He's this." But the second he stiff arms the shit out of a dude and hits a guy, you're like, well, I don't want him to get hurt. I go, listen, he's showing you that he's there to play football. I'm sorry for swearing. And he
Yeah.
was like, bro,
Well, and
I
that
loved
that
it.
toughness that speaks volumes in the locker room.
Big
100%.
time. What up, Prince? Hey, man, I tried to play your video and I couldn't get it. I'm going to try to load it up in here again. Prince has a dope song. And if I got to share it from YouTube tonight, I'm going to. Prince has a dope Vikings song, which he's gave us permission to use as our theme song. I tried to get the video to put on our intro
Let's
tonight.
go.
But we're going to play it on the show, brother. So stick around. Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. And Aiden, Chris, I don't know if this is a question. JJ Carthy going to be able to last the Super Bowl run? You just don't know. I mean, most guys don't last through the whole season without an injury, right? Like everybody meets some adversity in every season. Now, there's things that you can do to mitigate that, but the broken hand coming down on somebody's helmet like that happens to a lot of quarterbacks. It takes experience to be able to avoid that. I think some savvy. A lot of guys will kind of sling that sidearm when they see that guy. And there's so much nuance to this game of football, right, Coach?
100%. 100%. I hope it's not broke. I hope it's just like, maybe a bruise or something. And I want the best for the kid. He's just a kid.
Yeah,
Well, we talked to one of the surgeons because my wife is the head charge nurse up here. And when they talked about what
you
they
get
said,
all the medical info.
yeah, so she's literally going real quick, going to like, hey, what is this? And it turns out that one of the lead surgeons up here in St. Cloud is a diehard Vikings fan. So he's letting it out. He's like, nah, he'll be fine. It's not like he goes, it's basically like a sprained ankle. But that was prior to the Green Bay game. But still, I don't know, man. Like, tough it up. I want him to get hurt. Get it out of the way. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember John Elway's career. Things ain't always start off the way he wanted them to. And there's not a single person who knows football that doesn't have his name in a top 10.
Oh, I know a couple people that don't like Elway, but I mean, I like McCarthy. I think a lot for his growth has to be a strong offensive line to give him time. I mean,
Oh, 100%.
we definitely need that, but that run was amazing. That stiff arm was amazing. Yeah, the penalty was a little bit, harsh, but like Coach said, you do that hover, they're going to throw it right away, and you're a pro athlete, you should know that. Yeah, the adrenaline gets you and stuff, but I like I like his enthusiasm and his hypeness and stuff like that, and I don't know. I mean, this team has said that they're backing him. That's their guy. As long as he's healthy. So we just need a strong offensive line, I think.
Well, and he took accountability as soon as he saw that the flag came out. You could see him. He's like, "My bad.
Yep.
Like, it's stupid." So, like,
yeah, and I think you even saw him say something to O'Connell too.
Man, there's so many plays. He apologized to everybody coming off the field, and I feel like he's taken accountability at any turn. At all the interceptions, he's always been the first one to do that. But man, there's so many other plays that happen in this league that that don't get flagged, and I thought it was a soft call. I thought it was soft, and I didn't like it at all. But I mean, that's just me. It is what it is. We're going to talk a lot more ball, but I want to get in here while Prince is still with us. I'm going to do a screen share, and I want to bring this thing up. We're going to address this after Aiden. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about Dallas Turner because he had a great finish to the season. Really came on when he got the time with Grenard being out, and really did a lot. So, but I'm going to add this to the stage, and we're going to watch a little video here that our guy made. And check this out, man. This is Purple and Gold, the Minnesota Vikings anthem by Chris Clay and Prince Dinero.
Can't hear it.
No audio on there?
No, we didn't hear no audio.
That sucks. All right, we're gonna keep on. Prince, try to send me that again, and we're gonna keep on going. I'm gonna try to get it. Man, the song is dope too. Send me an MP3 of the song, Prince, if you're still listening, brother. If you got an MP3 of that, I would love to play it for everybody. It's super dope. That's gonna be our new anthem here too. So now I lost all you guys. Everybody's off video. What did I do? I broke
No,
it.
we're good. We're good.
Okay. I've been riding this computer too hard all day, man. I've had freaking back-to-back meetings forever. I have to try closing some of my browsers. Everything's open. Everything's open all the time. No, I appreciate Prince. You sending that in. Like, say, oh, I'm here. Marcus driving. He's heading to the grocery store.
Man, time to go to the gym. Put that workout in.
There you go. There you go. Our dude. Yeah, I'm gonna look.
Second workout of the day.
There you go. There you go. Where's the comment at? I want to bring that back up. And let's talk about Dallas Turner and the way this kid turned it on at the end of the year. Just incredible stuff from the young man. Really in a needed role.
Absolutely. We needed that. He needed that. We needed to see that from him. And I'm pretty sure he ended up leading the team in sacks. So, I mean, it's a step in the right direction from where he was and where, what we were saying about him earlier.
Yeah, he keeps
that's
doing
what you need to see too. When you got injuries, you get Grenard that comes out. You need somebody to step up.
Yeah, and if he keeps doing what he's doing, I mean, he's young enough with that defense. I mean, he could be that leader if he keeps doing what he's doing, playing hard. And I mean, they got a lot of good pieces, a lot of young pieces on that defense that I like, and hopefully they can all stick together.
Coach, do you feel like he would be a better stand-up 4-3 defensive end? Because that's kind of more the role that he played in college and in a more traditional defense rather than in this kind of hybrid B-flow system?
Well, I mean, it's easy to say, just because that's the system that he came from, but B-flow's not going to put him there unless he sees something. And, going from a new position, basically, it takes a little bit of time in that learning curve. And, I mentioned it a few weeks back. I was like, he did switch to this position. So it's going to take some time. And now it's starting to click. And now we're starting to see it. So I'm excited to see, the work he puts in the off season and, the things he does to build off this.
Well, and we could be headed to a new defensive system, if B-Flow does take a new job elsewhere. And I think you almost need to, because of the guys that you have, even to a Hargrave and Allen. I know a lot of talk that Allen's probably a cap casualty, but if you keep these guys, these are guys that are also more coming from traditional 4-3 defenses as well. And you were kind of trying to fit a square peg into a round hole a little bit with them this year and expecting them to perform at a high level, playing something. I mean, there's got to be different rules. B-Flow's system has to give a lot different rules on the defense. Cody, can you kind of talk about that, being, our resident football guy, right? And being a defensive coach, especially. I know you mostly work with defensive backs, but you guys have rules on that defense. Is it hard to transition from, one system to another? And because you play on instincts so much in these roles that you're relying on split-second decisions, especially in the NFL.
It definitely can be a difficult transition, because, you've been training a certain way for so long, and then those instincts take over. So you kind of have to relearn everything and add to that. And so, just that quick twitch to the right when you should be doing a left, just the small things. It takes a strong, mentally strong player to make that switch and be trusted to do that.
And I'm sure really hard to do with a pretty quick turnaround. I mean, even if you're there for all a training camp and a matter of a few weeks before you're facing live fire in a regular season game, and to kind of rewire yourself, especially for a 7-8 year vet who maybe came from the same system they played in college into the same system and then trying to change. You're trying to unwire and rewire 12 years of football.
Yeah, it's tough. But that's a challenge. As a player, you're always looking to grow, learn, take advice, from players and coaches. And so, that's part of the journey. You might be doing a 3-4 one year and then a 4-3 the next, and you just got to roll with it. Like I always say, the game is evolving. You got to learn to be versatile and, do anything you can to make yourself, needed and not a casualty.
That's what I'm thinking. It definitely increases their versatile, makes it more dangerous.
Well, and I think that's why guys like a Metellus, a Pace Jr., right? Because they're kind of like in between positions, a little small to be a linebacker, a little big, a little slow to be a safety, that they fit in Flo's system so well because they could just go out and play on instincts and be someone who, while playing in that, out of position, could still use their athleticism to make plays.
Yeah, most definitely.
How you guys feel about Byron Murphy?
I think he looked really good at safety those last few games.
Well, and I mean, as soon as the defense started to turn around, his numbers started to pop up, and so maybe it was just a unit as a whole needed to just find it and click.
I think putting him back at safety is just fucking genius. Sorry for swearing.
Well, and it's probably a trial run and showing us what's probably to come.
Well, I think his ball hawking skills are there where maybe he's a little bit slow breaking on the ball to be that outside corner, right? It was his catching ability, right? Where a lot of these balls, and I think probably a lot of his interceptions last season, meaning when we had 32 takeaways or whatever the mark was, that he was able to catch those batted balls and to play off of that, where playing at safety, he's able to do that a lot more than playing at that outside corner role where maybe he's a little bit, I don't think that he's like physically too slow, but maybe doesn't quite have those instincts out at that position to make the break on the ball.
Well, not being slow, but not fast, being average. And then, he is getting up there in age. So we're going to have to figure out a lot of things here. Offensive line, quarterback, cornerback, and quarterback. So it's going to be interesting here. It's going to be interesting. I saw a mock draft. We were at 18th, and they had us taking a corner, which I hope we do not. I hope we go make a trade for a top 10 pick and get Jeremiah Love, but that is what it is. I don't know if I'm sold on what Jordan Mason did this last week.
No, but I think you can get some running back talent maybe in the second round, where I just don't think that KOC and his system is worthy of drafting a running back, especially top 10. I think you probably end up going, 18 's such a tough spot to pick at. You're right in the middle, bottom half of the picks, right? That you're kind of picking best player available on your board at that point, regardless of your need at position. Most of your top offensive linemen are going to be gone at that point. Your top wide receivers are going to be gone. The top running back is going to be gone. All the quarterbacks are off the board, right? So it's a really tough spot to pick in. If you're able to get the number 1 or 2 cornerback on your big board at that, it's a need. I think safety is more of a need, but you have to be able to take talented players. I just don't know if we can trust Kwesi to make the right picks at the end of the day, or trusting our coaching staff to successfully evaluate the talent as it played, as it's played out through this season. Like, the scouting department's pretty much done. Like they're hanging it up here. What, one more game left in the national championship?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things at 18, you kind of try to make a move like Cody suggested, maybe move up and try to get your guy. But then you also sit there too. If you can't make that move, it's like, okay, hopefully something happens to where a couple guys drop and then we're right there to get our guy, So, I mean, I'm kind of with Cody. I like Mason. Wasn't impressed the last few weeks. I think the guy can run. But, hey, if you can move up and get that love, or, if you target somebody else there, too, at that time, I think that'd be a good move. But, yeah, I'm kind of with Cody. I'd like to see him move up. But I don't think we're going to have the assets. Or, like you said there, Bubba, is I don't think we're going to take that gamble and move up.
I don't know if I have faith in Kwesi to move up
Yeah.
and take the right guy.
Yeah.
Like, if they're moving
Right.
up, I would be more inclined to see them move up, especially with Darisaw being a big question mark too, which you were really hoping he wouldn't be. But you have a big question mark at left tackle right now.
Yep.
And that's something that nobody forecasted a year ago. We thought that, hey, he had the injury, but he's going to come back ready next year. And then it just kind of turned into a freaking mess all season long. He's in, he's out. I mean, I don't know that he played a full game all season.
No, and that's one thing I keep saying is you got to stir up that offensive line. And I mean, injuries happen. We can't count for that, but we definitely need to get a solid offensive line and depth at that position.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong. We only have like 7 picks this season too, don't we?
I think we have 10 picks, but a lot of those are coming in like rounds 3 to 7, right? So it's like 1 first, 1 second, 2 thirds, and
a lot of them will come late. Where honestly, I think the Vikings have drafted better in late rounds because I think that's where they take their gamble at. Be like, all right, let's just take this guy and see what he does. He was on our board of top whatever, so he's there. Let's go for it. They definitely have something wrong in the first couple rounds when on their scouting team and stuff like that. So
I maybe wouldn't mind seeing them trade if there is 2 third rounders, right? To trade 2 threes to get back into the second and grab a top tier guy on day, you know what I mean, in day 2, and to grab another, top 50 player possibly in that. Packaging those, or trading, a 5th and 6th, to get up and to move back into the 4th round possibly, because I think there's still some talent there. But I'm kind of with John Whitaker at this. Like, it's not that it's not that I'm totally against the trading for the move up. It's who you're trading up for and at what position. I just don't feel like there's enough value in KOC's system at the running back level to trade the capital that it's going to take to get to that level where you have a chance to draft Jeremiah Love. I just don't see it. And his stock's probably going to go up once he gets to the combine too. You're only looking at him on the field right now, and in Notre Dame, right? So they weren't in the college playoff, kind of got the snub. So you have fewer games that he's played than some of these other guys right now. He's been training, so he's probably going to take a 1/10 of a second off of his 40 time. Man, we all know what that means to some of these teams when we get to the combine in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead,
Cody.
Big B.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it doesn't have to be a running back, but like, I'm not sold on a cornerback. I would like a safety, maybe a hybrid, whatever. Someone that you could move to multiple positions outside nickel, either safety. But if we could trade up for an offensive lineman, I mean, I wouldn't be upset if we could package a couple picks to get back in the first round. I'd be down for that. 18th pick and then a late mid 20 pick.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm definitely good for that to get back in that first round. And I know there's been a lot of rumors revolving around that some of our trades might include Jordan Addison, which I don't know what you guys think. I'm kind of 50-50 on, but
Man, if you can get value and trade a younger player, I mean, I know he had the big run a few weeks ago. He still has the wheels. His drops were an issue. His off the field problems cost this team probably a win. If you have Jordan Addison for one of those 3 games, you might be in the playoffs. So, and I think that there's something to that, the culture of this team that they have built. And as far as like defense goes, so much of that is up in the air. Like, we can talk all we want to right now. It's going to matter who the defensive coordinator is come February, or come April when the draft happens, about what this defense even looks like, because we've been in this hybrid stuck with B-Flow that you could just get talent and get athletic guys and make it work. You don't have that anymore. So you're going to come in, and a new defensive coordinator might be a lot more rigid in the player that they are looking for. And we don't know whether it's going to be a 3-4 or a 4-3. So there's so much in the B-Flow is so the most important piece of this puzzle moving forward. Like, we have no idea what our draft is going to look like until the B-Flow domino falls.
Well, and that's something too that you got to think about. I mean, how much homework are they doing on defensive side, knowing they don't have the coordinator? Are they going to do the homework and be like, okay, let's think that we have B-Flow here. Who would we take? I mean, I would assume that they're not calling them and be like, hey, what do you think of this guy? I mean, as he's trying to, figure out his situation. But I mean, we said it last week, B-Flow is number one to re-sign before everything starts falling down.
But I also feel like they're going to – you can't just be like, okay, well, let's put all our eggs in a basket, and if he doesn't stay, then all of a sudden you got a new coordinator and be like, what do you think? Like, they're still going to come up with, all right, these are our top 20 picks of defense. What do you and then go off of what he says, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't see Flores going anywhere. I think that he's 100% going to stay in Minnesota. I think that the fact that we allow it's rare that in the NFL that they will let the defensive coordinator run it any way he wants.
Yeah.
So I think that him having his own area is like a huge turn on for him,
Well, and just the fact of having B-Flow, I mean, and his reputation, the fact that he can bring no-name players and make them fit and then turn them into household names, that's just going to bring in talent. You're not going to have to fight to bring in talent. People are going to want to come play for them. They already do.
100%.
So if you take that element out, maybe, a decent, a great linebacker or a top 20 cornerback would normally sign with us because of B-Flow, but now they won't even give us a look, So that's going to be huge. Just the draw of coming from the players because of the coach.
And going off of what you guys were talking about, Addison, I think Addison hurt himself with his off the field performances. I'm a fan of him. Like I say, I always tell people it's different, but when I know you personally, like I know he's a good kid, but he messed up and he did what he did. But if you think about it, he hurt himself, like the 3-game suspensions, this, and that. So he's not going to go to another team. He's not. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I think he wants to stay in Minnesota because he knows right now with other teams he has no leg to stand on.
Yeah, someone would have to still be in love with his speed, and they would have to be the
only team would be the Cowboys, bro. The Cowboys like felons, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, if somebody's coming and offering you a 2nd-round pick for Jordan Addison, I think their ears are open, right? I don't think you're trading for any less than that. He was a former 1st-round pick. If somebody's coming with a 3rd, I don't think you're letting that kind of talent go for that regardless. But yeah, he definitely didn't do himself or anyone else any favors. And he, at the end of the day, he probably cost himself a couple $1 million on the open market when that time comes as well. So,
unless he has a good rebound here.
Yeah.
He's got to catch the damn ball.
Facts.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, he dropped 3 touchdowns in the games that he did play. Dropped 3 touchdowns. And really his only touchdown that he had, he ran it 65 yards. So if you're just going to be a gadget jet sweep guy, your value is plummeting.
Oh, so when you were talking about being the reason we turned around the show and everything else, right? I'm at this game and I see Addison go into motion. I looked at Shelly and I went, they're going to hand, it's a reverse. And I'm already standing up. People are like, what the hell? And as soon as he took that cut, bro, I knew he was gone. I almost fell. Sober as a judge, but I almost jumped too much into the front ahead of me, the row ahead of me. I get too excited sometimes. And then, man, that was fun. But that's just it. He has so much potential. If you could put him and Jefferson together and be like, I need you to do what he does.
Yeah.
Bro, we'd be unstoppable. There's not a single player on this team that doesn't have like the greatest things to say about Jefferson. Nobody talks about, regardless of the $200,000 necklace he wants to wear on the field.
That's crazy. Crazy.
I swear. I was just watching a clip today where they go, where's your earring? He goes, oh, no, I lost it out there. And I'm looking at the other one just sparkle. I'm going, that's like $80,000, bro. He's like, yeah, well, it's over there. And then who was it? Chandler found it. And he comes over to Chandler. He's like, I love you, dog. I'm going, yeah, you have. Why wear it?
I don't get the wearing the big jewelry, but hey, that's him. But yeah, I haven't heard anybody bad say anything about Jefferson. And I think when we drafted Addison, I think everybody was hoping that those two would be 1-2 for years to come. And, they still can, but Addison's got to turn it around.
Well, let's hope it's like a Chris Carter situation. The first couple of years, he just was, aside from going to a different team. But once Chris really started to focus on his work ethic and playing football, I'll turn that on so you can see me. It really changed, and Chris Carter, obviously, you don't have to tell people who he is, but most people don't know Chris Carter to be a Philadelphia Eagle. You know what I mean?
No.
So.
Yeah, and I hope that he goes into this offseason reflecting on, what could have been. I hope he takes some ownership of the fact that they didn't make the playoffs, knowing that had he played those first 3 games, maybe we get a win in one of those games. And maybe if he's not, shutting his phone off or his phone dies or he brings a charger with him, while they're, and he doesn't miss this season comes down to small details, man. Small details in this game make such a huge difference, and you can't overlook these things in the scope of a long season when you were this close. You were this close at the end of the day to making the playoffs and having a shot in the tournament to go make some noise. And it's unfortunate, and I hope that, he does some self-scouting. I hope that he hits the jugs machine every single day and catches 1,000 balls every single day in the off season and finds that, that extra something, man. You got to dig deep for that. And I think that's what, a Jefferson has, is that Jefferson wants to be great, right? Doesn't just want to be good. He wants to be the best ever. And that's what really separates guys in the NFL.
Right when you said that, I said, in my head, I'm going, man, when next season starts, I'm going to text him and I'm going to make sure that he has a travel buddy.
Yeah.
Don't go nowhere without a travel buddy, bro.
Yeah, I think you can find a travel buddy for a couple $100 a game. I mean, there's probably 4 of us right here that would be more than happy to be his personal assistant.
100%.
No problem helping the young man out. No problem. Awesome. Marcus, how close are you to the gym?
Oh, I'm at the hospital waiting for Shelly first.
Oh, we're keeping you on.
I'm just working on paintings, bro. I don't even let her, because it's not really cold out. But since it has been cold and we got a lot of snow, there's no reason for her to park in a ramp, So I just bring her to work.
Yeah. Well, and St. Cloud's a beautiful little town. It's not too big. A beautiful city there right on the river, though, man. Absolutely gorgeous. I was at, so I'm friends with guys. JJ Kern runs the Midwest Premier Football League, which is for the youth. He does youth leagues and everything. JJ's a great dude, man. And he does a lot for the youth programs. He's got a hell of a fucking football player, man. Dude, his boy's in 8th grade murdering
yeah.
He's a
kids out
beast.
there on the field, man.
He's gonna be on.
That
You'll see him on
that
Sunday.
kid's got a 16-pack. Like, that's all he does is work out. I swear to God, his abs have abs. Yeah. But no, like,
Yeah.
so we've met at a few games and are tailgating and that when we did away games too. And so I'd always sit out there and throw routes to him. And he's so like, this isn't just like playing catch. Like, he's looking at me like we're in the Super Bowl and I need to make this pass on point. Like, he's giving you that focus. But I love it. I love to see that, man. It's great.
Oh, I'd love to see that kid make it up in whatever position he ends up playing. You know, he's going to be at a premium position, and with the route that JJ's got B on, that I hope that we get to see him out on the field one day, hopefully in the purple and gold. That would be a dream, I'm sure, for everyone in his family and all of us here. But yeah, so I was up at St. Cloud State when they did one of their events there this summer. And got to pop in and check it all out. And yeah, actually, I got some cool video from that. I'm going to share that tonight. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to see if I can find that clip.
I got an event coming up here with Skol Marketing too, Bubba. I was going to ask to see what you got going on at the end of the month if you want to come hang out for that.
Hell yeah, man. I'm always down if I can make it up there. We ain't got no snow down here, so I'm not trying to come to the freaking North Pole if I don't have to. But.
I think they're located in Hopkins, so it's like south of the cities.
All right.
Yeah, we're cool right now. I mean, you know, the snow's there, but it's not there. But so
It's starting to melt, bro. It's been like 35 degrees the last couple of days.
Yeah, it has been. So, you know, with the coaching vacancies coming out, you know, I know we'll get to a little bit. I mean, obviously the Baltimore job's got to be the most interesting. Coach, where would you rank the openings right now? And like, if your phone rang, who do you want that job to be? I mean,
well, number one, Baltimore. It's a no-brainer. Let's see the other ones. Who else got canned today? The Raiders. Pete Carroll, he got canned. Who else got canned?
The Giants is open. Cleveland's open. I'm trying to think of the other ones. There was like 6 or 7 jobs opening.
Then you got to look at coaches that are on their last of their contract too. You got like Mike Tomlin, who hasn't been extended. You know what I mean? Like he's a free agent. So
right, because you could, you know, you could hold out one more year. But if I had to pick this year, I'd say Baltimore. As of right now, I'd say Baltimore, Cleveland, and Oakland.
Really? Go to Oakland. I like that.
You have to think that B-Flow is hanging out until the season's done and seeing all the vacancies that are open. How freaking crazy would it be if Pittsburgh doesn't extend Tomlin and he goes and coaches in Baltimore?
So I was just talking to a guy this morning, and I said that I 100% with Baltimore's style of football, I think Mike Tomlin's about hitting that mark where he wants something different, and that's right up his alley. So I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Well, and then does that open up for a B-Flow in Pittsburgh situation with an iconic team like that?
I don't want Flores to leave.
I don't want
Stop trying to get rid of our defensive coach.
No, I don't want to see him leave either. I mean,
looking at the options for it has to be a premier team. It has to be a premier franchise. I don't think he wants the Baltimore job, but if Tomlin goes to Baltimore and Pittsburgh because of the history, because of the defense and the franchise that it is, and the fact that Tomlin spent 15 years there. I think B-Flow doesn't want to bounce around. He's looking for somewhere that he can settle in and people that are going to go through the bumps and bruises because there's going to be adversity, right? So I think
you said it. Steelers are a defensive team.
Right.
You said it. So
I mean, how hated would Tomlin be if he goes from Baltimore or Pittsburgh to Baltimore?
And then goes and wins a Super Bowl with them.
I mean, oh my God.
Oh,
man.
man.
The most loved man in the city.
That wouldn't happen because we're going to win the Super Bowl next year.
There you go.
There you go.
You got to stop putting other things in that universe.
I think if he goes to another coaching job, that he's there till the end of his career and probably retires from
Yeah.
his next
100%,
coaching
100%.
job. If they let him go in Pittsburgh, which is, I mean, sometimes things just run their course, man. I mean, not a lot of coaches spend over a decade with a team and to ride that. I mean, Cody's coached 4 teams this season.
Right. Seems
And,
like
and
only
probably
close.
comfortable by Madden.
Did he say on Madden?
Yeah.
I want to come back to something that Prince he had dropped a comment in here earlier, and we're going to get to Prince's track, and I want to play another clip from the MPFL too. But he had this to say. Do you guys think JJ McCarthy should have been more of a dual threat quarterback? And honestly, I think what really kept that ankle injury. He was you were seeing more of that early in the season, and that ankle injury just changed everything. He wasn't mobile enough. You saw it come back a little bit in towards the end of the season, but that ankle injury really derailed a lot of his game.
I feel like that was a coaching too that told him to stay back and not, stay in the pocket because they didn't want to risk something else happening.
No doubt.
But for him to be a dual quarterback, you need a solid receiving core. You need a solid running game. So it's not so obvious that he's going to take off all the time. So, I mean, that's something that we got to look at. I mean, he definitely did a good job. I mean, we talked about that stiff arm earlier in the show, but we talked about the gritty a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I love the running quarterback. I mean, I love that threat.
Well, and it was something
90%
that he did in
of the
college.
reason I can't talk the next day is because I'm yelling for them to just run the damn ball. Like, when you see them bootleg and they're kind of scrambling out and they're going, like, don't stop looking. If you've already made the choice to run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts. Hey, Bubba.
Yeah.
Hey, I sent you a PDF file. I got to get going, unfortunately. I got some things I got to take care of. But,
All right, buddy.
Hey, it's been great with you guys. I can't wait till next Tuesday. We're going to be talking off season.
All right.
Awesome, man.
All right. Have a great night.
Appreciate you,
Enjoy the rest
Coach.
of your
We'll see
evening,
you
Coach.
soon,
Happy
man.
New Year.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year, man.
Awesome. Hey, Shelly.
Hi, how are you?
We're good. We're just hanging out, talking some Vikings football. We'd love to get your takes on the season as a whole. We know you've been tuning in and checking out the shows with us, but what was your thoughts on just the win against Green Bay and what we saw there? And we can talk about the whole season as you guys are driving home too, or to the gym rather.
Yeah, we're going to the gym.
The Vikings may need me, so I got to go lift weights.
I think as a whole, I think it taught us a lot of things. Okay, so you know very well I'm a nurse. And in my role for many years, I did a lot of teaching. And every single nurse that would come to the floor brand new always sucked. For the first 6 months, sucked. Including myself. We all just were horrible. Like,
It was a learning curve.
we were just trying to find our way. But as soon as we got it, it was like, it just clicked. I remember going into a patient's room one day, and I was able to pass the meds, clean the room, do all the things, give her a back rub, and I'm like, holy hell, how did this just happen? And after that, it just became so easy and just so fluid for me. And this is what's happening with JJ, right? So he had the first couple of times, he's like, God, what's going on? It's different. It's different when you have to get in front of an entire crowd that big. And I can say that because when I was going for my master's, I'd be standing in front of people and I wanted to pass out. And I'm like, Shelly, you have spoken in front of thousands of people. What is your problem? It was a different kind of crowd. That's why. You have a whole bunch more to lose in that than you did in the last one, right? Yeah. And so I feel like for everyone, we just got to give some grace because now he's doing what we expected him to do. And also, these guys are beasts. The things that they do on the field are things that I would never imagine my typical patient to ever do. The hits that they get, I mean, I was talking to Marcus, I think it was last night. I was like, they have these big ass cleats. Don't those hurt them? And he's like, yeah, they will scratch them. Yeah. And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, how are these people doing this? Like, this is just insane. The level of athletic ability that they have. So we're not putting in all these factors. And I remember when we were that age, when we were 21, 22, 23, 24, I'll tell you right now, I didn't have anything together. Like the fact that they are standing in front of the entire NFL and they are playing a game and they are making as much money as we'll probably make in our entire lifetime. Like, go ahead, boo them. Like, they're like, I don't care. I'm making what you're going to make in your entire lifetime. Like, it's a whole different ball game for them. Like,
we were talking about JJ's jewelry earlier. He has more money in his smile than my house is worth.
Yeah.
Correct. So go ahead and throw shade. Like, and as we as human beings, like, I feel very disappointed in women and men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s calling these young boys names because they're the same age as our children. Like, would you be okay with us calling your kids these names? Like, let's have some manners here and remember. I think we lost a little bit of ourselves, but I'm thinking we're finding it. But we shouldn't be throwing fits as these people are trying to find their way through their career. So that's how I took it. That's what I'm comparing it to because that's my life is nursing. So you asked the nurse a question, this is what you got. You got my answer.
Okay, but devil's advocate says that you've been playing college football where their stadiums have 70, 80,000 people in their stadiums as well.
Okay.
So he has, like, even being a quarterback, you grow up, you learn the patience role, you learn this. The downside is we expect you when you snap that ball to be perfect.
Okay, so you're playing devil's advocate. I can come right back with an answer. Here's my answer. So when I was in nursing school and I was going in and seeing patients every day, doesn't mean when I came out of nursing school I knew what the hell to do, because I did not. I was practicing it every day. I was playing the role every day. But when you're on your own and you are thrown in head deep, it's on you, baby. It's all on you, and you don't have someone to say, oh well, they're just a college student. Oh well, they're still learning. No, now you are the pro.
Well, there's still a difference. There's a difference in speed.
But yeah, people don't realize the jump from the college game, the talent level of these teams, because especially playing at Michigan, half your games are against teams that are way below you, and you kick the shit out of them. You win by 60, and you have like 3 games a year, mostly in the playoffs or against Ohio State, that are like the big games, right? That you're playing against a lot of other guys on the side that are going to be NFL players. Maybe there's 4 or 5 on each of those big schools that go to the National Football League. In the National Football League, all of those guys are the best players on their respective teams, right? So people just don't realize that the talent level moving up, and then the experience level, when you're playing against a guy that has 5 to 10 years of experience in the league, knows all the nuance, and has been training his body for that much longer. And the jump from the NF or the like college weight room and lifting programs to the NFL, having the best in the world training you off the field, you're not taking a lot of things into account. And just calling JJ a bust after a few rough starts when his head coach did him no favors whatsoever. You wanted to treat him like he'd been in the league.
Look at those naysayers that sit here and talk about, oh, well, JJ didn't really throw the ball. Michigan didn't throw the ball a lot. And yet, every single time I watch the game, I'm hearing the announcers sit there and say, well, JJ's been told he needs to dial back because his arm strength is too strong. He's throwing the ball too hard. I'm going, you guys, everything they say just contradicts everything they just said. You know what I mean?
Well, and I just think that truly you guys are hitting right on the nail on the head. Like, for real, these guys are like megastars, and it's a megastar going up to megastar. Like, it's like Celine Dion against Whitney Houston. They both are freaking awesome, right? They can sing everything. But then one is going to have to hit better than the other. Somewhere, one's going to sing it just a little bit better than the other one.
Yeah,
There's
it's not me. It's not me against Barry Manilow anymore. It's Barry against Frank Sinatra.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like that's the thing. Like we're putting ourselves in their shoes, and we should not be putting ourselves. I definitely cannot and will not ever in my life go up against anyone that has that kind of power. Nor would I ever want to.
My God. So Shelly, I don't know if you ever saw the clip, but I got to interview in a press conference, even not just like in a one-on-one setting, but I got to interview Rondé Barber and Chris Carter when they did a charity golf event down here. My pits were so fucking sweaty just asking these guys questions, right? Like I'm just sitting there and trying to have a conversation, and I've had millions of them in my life, but with these high-level individuals, like I just can't even fathom stepping out onto the field, even if I played ball my whole life. It's just crazy.
We were on the field. So Carl and Kristen got us on the field last season. And even then, I'm going to tell you, when I was walking on the field with, all these people out there, I was overwhelmed. It's so different when you've never been on there to be able to say, I would do this or I would do that. Just the fact I couldn't even I was so overwhelmed.
I got a hypothetical for everybody. And since you guys have been on the field and we were talking about some other on the field thing, if you found Jet's earring on the ground, would you tell anyone?
100%.
Absolutely, 100%.
Not even a question. Yeah.
100%. That's his. It doesn't belong to me. You know what? If I have a Tiffany bracelet. It is one of my most prized possessions, other than my children and the people I love. It is my favorite item, and it's only $500. But to me, it means so much to me because it has memories attached to it. My patients that have passed away have held it and put it in their fingers and held it as they're talking to me before they die. Not that moment, but you know what I mean. It throughout the...
It's a collector of souls.
It's a collector of souls. But anyways, it means a lot to me. It has so many memories to me. And for me, it's special. And it's not about the cost or anything like that. It's about the fact that it's mine and it belongs to me. That earring, although may be not very much to him, it's the equivalent to my $500 bracelet to him. It's something that means something to him. And taking that from anybody, taking something from anybody that doesn't belong to them, that's just nasty. I wouldn't do it.
Well, aside from just being a good person, I would return it just for the simple fact that I don't want you thinking about your earring next week. I need you focused on the game.
I also want to talk to you. Now we get to be friends. Now you're my friend because now I give you back your earring. Also,
well, I think you guys are going to be
we're
friends.
Buddies.
I think you guys are going to be friends with Jets because I seen the collaboration you all did. Marcus shared the picture with me that you made of him holding the ball and then kind of putting the stadium behind him in the shape of Minnesota. That looks cool? Super awesome, man. Great job on that.
Well,
we're shopping that image around with the Vikings right now.
Do you know who I like more than the players? Their mothers.
Oh my God!
Their moms we are hitting it off.
Did you get to meet Jackson's mom? Did you get to meet Donovan Jackson's mom this season?
No.
Oh
my God! Did you see the clip of her pulling out the syrup?
Yeah. So good.
I freaking adore her. I can't I'm trying to get credentials next year just to get an opportunity to go and to talk to her.
Well, you think about it, they are super moms, right? They raise superstars. I think my kid's a superstar. He knows I think he's the most amazing person on the planet. And he'll tell you, Mom, you gave me a total complex. I just think he's the coolest thing since sliced bread. But for me, it's you guys, you made it. You did a great job raising your kids. And to me, great parenting, you can't beat that. You just can't beat great parenting.
No, it means
the one thing, when you talk about the super moms, who's the first person that almost every pro athlete wants to think? It's their mom.
Their mom.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, their moms are amazing. They were there for everything.
It depends what kind of press conference it is. If it's a Super Bowl, they're going to go straight to God first.
Well, yeah. But they get drafted. They have that big game. They sign that big contract. Well, I want to thank my mom for putting up with me for over the years. This is all for her and, stuff like that.
100%.
Yeah,
awesome.
No, moms are important. So are dads. Moms and dads are key. They're very crucial to anybody. Like, I feel
Yep.
like they should have more than one day a year of mom and dad, for Mother's Day and Father's Day. Because if you don't have good parenting, you yourself are just dealing with crisis. So these super beings that are on the field. They bring their families to the games. It's family oriented. Like, it's a whole thing. I love football.
I was so excited to see that the Colts are coming here next year. I already reached out to Mom, and I'm like, hey, so we're going to do that dinner when you guys cut Bynum's? Sorry, we call her Mom, but you develop these relationships with certain players and whatever. So it was as soon as I saw that we were playing the Colts were coming here, I sent a message instantly. I'm like, so let's get that dinner set up. So, but yeah,
Awesome.
That's dope.
You guys at the gym?
Yeah, about to go in here.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for jumping on. I always appreciate you guys so much. You're the highlight of my trips up there and going to the tailgates and getting to hang out and to see my family. I say that you guys are a big reason why I became a Vikings fan in the first place, and while I'll stay a Vikings fan for the rest of my life, and why we're raising our kids to be Vikings fans now. Not that their mom gave them much of a choice anyway at this point, but we know how moms go. But thanks for jumping on, Shelly. It was great to hear your voice on the show with us and to have your takes on it. You're always welcome.
Thank you. I'm always working or working. so I love to watch you guys. I appreciate you guys doing this show because I listen to you in the background and I like to hear your different perspectives, and you have such a great voice for this kind of thing. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. You're killing it.
Awesome. We appreciate that. We're going to keep on going. We got a lot of draft coverage that we're going to be doing, and we're not stopping. We're going to do this every Tuesday, all through the off season, and we'll see if we make it through the whole summer. I got a lot of big tours and stuff that I'm planning to, but we're going to keep on doing it for as long as we can. And next year, I got big plans to come up and to make the pregame show part of the tailgate scene as well, at least for as long as it's possible. So you guys get your work.
I'll tell you what, if I get one of these, another one of these players that bite, maybe we can work something out and do like a little interview, get you to come up and have that little one-on-one that you're talking about. And right now we're talking with Jay Ward, so we'll see where that goes. But
hell yeah, man, I'd love to do that, and I would appreciate it, and I would take full advantage of it, and we'd make something really great out of it. So
100%.
Cool.
Right, guys,
have a good workout, guys.
Happy New Year, man.
Yeah, have a good workout, guys.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. I'm going to throw it to a quick video here. And then when we come back, B, if you still got some time for me, I want to get to the Purple and Gold song. So he sent it to me in MP4, and I thought it was a video. It was actually an audio file. So that was my bad. We'll have that as our new theme song next week when we start the show. But I want to play this video from the MPFL and what JJ Kern has had going on up there. This is just a clip that I caught. I couldn't have planned this any better. Check this out. Bubba Starts, Scene Project Sports Network. We are here, St. Cloud State University, St. Cloud, Minnesota, Midwest Premier Football League. Look at these kids. Look at these kids doing their thing. Look at this. Oh man, what a cool day that was, man. All these Pee-wee kids out there doing their thing, and I just was doing a hit, right? And he ends up running this. Yeah, I think it was an interception too, right? It wasn't even like a running play. So it was such a cool moment, and we want to bring a lot more of that coverage as we're going through the year, get a chance to support these kids. And we're going to be able to do a lot more with the help of some sponsors. We're in talks with some really great people. Obviously, we have Pillars of Valor already, but we got some really great Minnesota-based companies that see what we're doing and what we're about. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. B, you down for a song?
Let's go for it. I can't wait. You played some good hits earlier today, so let's keep it going.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you turning into that show. For those of you that don't know, I have an entertainment show called The Scene Projects, and we do a daily, we call it Unsigned Spotlight. So we play independent artist music and get it out there to the world. And no different than we're going to do right now. But this one was sent in by our guy Prince, him and his boy, Chris Clay. This is Victory, I do believe, is the name of the song. It's the Purple and Gold anthem.
Purple and gold, that's all we know. Purple and gold, we holla Skol. Purple and gold, this how we roll. Purple and gold, now holla Skol. Purple and gold, this how it goes. Purple and gold, we holla Skol. Purple and gold, that's how you know. You know, purple and gold, now holla Skol. I'm representing Skol, the gang, you know the name. It's a Minnesota thing. Put that on the purple blood that's running through these golden veins. Hail, sleet, snow, or rain, regardless, we gon' go to games. $1 billion stadium on Sundays, they don't close the bank. Fail rarely, get your tail buried. If it's JJ to JJ on Hail Marys, I'm like Aaron Jones, I see the field clearly. Gain 150 yards off of 12 carries and 2 tuds. I see you crack a can of ice cold whoop ass on the Packers fan. Downtown Minneapolis, where we pack the stands and put our hands above our heads when we clap our hands. That's how we clap our hands, we put our hands above our head when we clap our hands. Now clap your hands and put your hands above your head when you clap your hands. That's how we clap our hands, we put our hands above our head when we clap our hands. I said clap your hands and put your hands above your head when you clap your hands. Purple and gold, that's all we know. Purple and gold, we holla Skol. Purple and gold, this how we roll. Purple and gold, now holla Skol. Purple and gold, this how it goes. Purple and gold, we holla Skol. Purple and gold, that's how you know. Purple and gold, now holla Skol. If you from Minnesota, let me know. If you from Minnesota, here we go. Minnesota notice. Minnesota notice. I'm known to Skol and then blow the coldest and Skol until I got scoliosis. So when we Skol, we so ferocious. Soldiers, way before 84 was the dopest. We showed you who the purple and the gold is. If you from Minnesota, let me know right now. If you from Minnesota, here we go. Minnesota. And gold, that's all we know. Purple and gold, we holla Skol. Purple and gold, this how we roll. Purple and gold, now holla Skol. Purple and gold, this how it goes. Purple and gold, we holla Skol. Purple and gold, that's how you know. Purple and gold, now holla Skol.
To throw on 4th and 18. He's given time. He wants Jefferson. Climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson pulled it in. The catch of his life. We gotta look back at this.
Man, that was freaking awesome.
No, that was good. It had a good beat to it, and I'm just like just envisioning like a music video coming out where they're doing a step to the left, a step to the right, and then like a little slide when they say Skol. I mean,
just choreographed it. Yeah.
It was good.
Action with the scoliosis just made me freaking crack up, man. That's beautiful. Some great wordplay in there, guys.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Prince, I don't know if you're still watching or not, brother, but appreciate you sending in the track for us. we would be honored to put that on as the official theme song of Vikings United. I don't know. That got me jacked, man. I'm ready to get out on the field. I'm sorry, the season's over.
Yeah, no, it definitely. I mean, there's certain songs that do that, and that's what that's definitely one of them. And like I said, I'm listening to a song, and I could just imagine, I could see like the team like doing a step to the right, step to the left, and then like a slide when they say Skol, and no, definitely a great song.
Yeah. All right. So we did have a little bit left. Coach left me some notes again here. I got to shout out one company real quick because they were kind enough to send us a sample of one of their products. B, you got kids that play basketball or volleyball?
My son has played, he did do 1 year in school. He'll go out there and shoot the ball around with his buddies and stuff, but he doesn't play.
Yeah, well, this is a great company, Sola Athletics. They have the Soles grip, and they sent a sample out to us. Obviously, I don't have a huge need for it, but I was able to take it to our local high school, and they fell in love with it, man. So this unit will actually kind of fold up and be able to fit inside of a backpack. Instead of like those big boards, you remember, they didn't even have these sticky mats when we were kids. Those were reserved for the pros back in my day. So we didn't even have something like this in our high school. But the one that our high school had was like this big sticky board, right? And you kind of peel them off. But it's cumbersome, right? And it's hard to get it to travel. And these new Soles grips, just perfect, man. They're just shoe size. You step on, that peels all the dust off, so you're not having to. We used to have to like lick our fingers and wipe the dirt off our shoes. You remember that? And then you do it to the other shoe, but you'd lick the same hand and you'd lick all the dirt off your hand. Man, these kids got it easy.
They do, and the thing is you can see. I mean, we grew up, idolizing some players, and stuff like that, and wanted to be just like them. And you still see that happening nowadays. I mean, these kids are wearing the face paint, wearing the sleeves. I mean, so they, these athletes still have to understand that they are, role models for these kids.
Man, I literally like, I got the taste of freaking rubber in my mouth and dirt and old bubble gum and all the worst of the worst, man. But these kids today don't have to deal with that because we have Sola Athletics and these Soles grips. Great little units here. We're going to be talking about them a little bit more over the next few weeks. Got some great feedback from our high school team, though. So shout out to Mackenzie, who found me on Quoted and sent these to me. Really appreciate you supporting our local high school teams, and we hope that we can help you guys sell some of these units to a lot of other sports teams out there, whether they are professional or they are in the amateur ranks. So shout out to Soul Athletics. Appreciate you guys sending the sample in. Unfortunately, I have no use for that here at home, but the local middle school and high school boys basketball teams sure did, and they had nothing but great things to say about it. So that's Sola Athletics. You guys can find them online, sola-athletics.com, and check them out for yourself. So shout out to Sola. Man, B, it's been a blessing. I hope you got on Quoted and started making some pitches out there for some free samples. It's been
I gotta look into that more. I haven't had time, but I'll have to find that link you sent me again and throw it out there. So
I'll send it to you again, man. We have brands reaching out to us every day at this point that are interested in sending us some samples of theirs to feature their product on here. And it really speaks to like the larger bit of where media is going, where small podcasters and even someone with a small following like we have, if you have a little bit of game out in the world and can build a website or something and have a little bit of influence over it, even a small audience, that there's plenty of brands out there that are just looking to get the word out about their products to whoever will listen. So a great opportunity for us. We're talking to some great companies, some awesome golf ball launch monitor companies out there with some really great tech that are going to be sending us some samples. And now I'm developing content around that. So looking forward to not just doing like a simple product feature, but if you're willing to send me a piece of tech that I would never buy in my own life, right? That's going to hopefully make me a better golfer and help me enjoy the game more, man, I'm more than willing to go out of my way to make that. So once that deal is done, you're going to be seeing a lot more golf content from the Scene Project Sports Network.
All right.
And we've talked a little bit about weight loss and different things and doing that. And, I've been kind of, I've kept it a little bit of a secret, but I am a legionnaire for First Form, which is a nutrition and energy drink product company. And I'd like to shoot some content around that, B, and to get you turned on to some good products and to use your weight loss journey as a great way to introduce people to some really awesome products that are going to help them not just be healthier, but, get in better shape and to live a little longer.
Yeah, no, I'm always looking for advice and stuff. I mean, I definitely need to do it. Not saying I don't want to, but life gets in the way. A lot of things, stress. You always go back to the bad habits and stuff like that. So, no, definitely. I'm open to try anything. To get my journey going.
Yeah. Well, and we haven't talked to him. I mean, we've pretty much only gotten to know each other live on the air. So I might as well just kind of add, I know you work. I know you work very hard and you got a family that you take care of. But what do you do for work, B?
So I work at a local casino. I work at the call center. I'm a supervisor. So I take a lot of bad calls, good calls, everything that comes through the casino, I take calls. Always been a customer service person. I mean, Cody could tell you, I worked at both of the gas stations here in Cannon Falls, when I moved up here from the cities. Played mostly all sports and, but once you got to a certain age and life got in there, I kind of got off the workouts and athletic and stuff like that. And, so.
Well, and you spend a lot of time on the air, not just with us here, but with Coast to Coast Entertainment as well, which, obviously you spend a lot of time just sitting in front of a microphone, the same as I do. Like I have to make time for myself, but I don't have a 9 to 5 that I'm going for, to get out and walk 4 or 5 miles a day, walking the kids to school and walking back. But working in a call center, I imagine that you're spending a lot of time doing the same thing there, sitting with a headset on or behind a microphone and a computer screen.
Yeah, it is. And, a lot of accountability for weight loss is on me. I do admit that. And, some of it is, home life. I'm not going to get too much details on it, but, when you got somebody that's, wants to push you, but they want to push it at 100 miles an hour instead of taking baby steps is, get stressful and stuff like that. So,
well, it's a journey, right? And not every journey starts off at a rabbit's pace. It's a slow process. I've ramped myself up to the 4 or 5 miles a day by just going out and doing a mile, right? And building from there and continuing to grow. And it's building habits. And like you said, that we have such a tendency as human beings to slide back to the bad habits so easily. And it's so much harder to keep the good habits and to keep them going. I would love to be a part of that and introduce you to some really great products and just some supplements that'll help you feel a little bit better and a little bit motivated and maybe being a little bit of an accountability partner in this with you too, man.
Yeah. And the thing is, like I told a lot of people, when Biggest Loser was the thing, I would have jumped right away. They called me up. I wouldn't have second guessed it just to go and just get that aspect in my mind on how to work out and stuff. So that was a big thing. Now it's just easy when you're out, you're hungry or something, or, you're sitting at work. Okay, I'm going to go get something to eat. Okay, it's going to be a bag of chips or something, something that I probably shouldn't be eating. Or drinking. It's just like, okay, yeah, I can drink water all day long and put different flavors in there, but there's just certain times where a pop just sounds so good.
Those are the silent cap. For me, it was beer. It was honestly getting off work and coming home and pounding, a 6-pack of Tall Boys of Miller Lite and packing on all those calories.
Yeah.
And now, like, dude, I got such a sweet tooth, B. It's a
Oh, I
win
do
right
too.
all,
I
man.
do too. And when it hits, it hits.
Yeah, well, and you just go ham, and you're just a big guy in general, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can eat and put down a lot of food. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sure you never actually feel like full to where you're like, I can always eat a little bit more.
I do now more. I've been doing, that Ozempic shot, so there's days where I do feel full after just a few bites, and then there's some days where I don't feel full after a full meal, and it's just like, okay, what do I need to eat now? And so
That's another thing that drinking a ton of water helps with too,
yeah,
because it keeps your belly well, and that, and you're just like peeing all the time.
yeah,
Which is like me, man. I'm coffee and water. That's really all I drink, because I had a problem with the sodas too, and so much of it comes to diet, and that's a lot of what like First Form has some really sweet like protein bars, but
okay.
they're not going to crush you. So that's what I end up snacking on now. And they got some really good meat sticks too. So I think I can turn you on to a couple of things that'll be a little bit healthier option for you at work. And it would be really cool to kind of watch you on that journey. And I'm going to share some links with you. And then I would love to create, I know that's what you need is like one more show, but it would be awesome to have an accountability day where we can get on, talk some sports, talk about the other Minnesota sports that are out there, or just, top of the mind thing. And
yeah, I'm definitely open up to, growing coast to coast, growing with you, and, just evolving and, just talking and, I watch a lot of, TikTok and people cooking good meals and stuff. And I've seen some people do different drinks with apple vinegar and chia seeds. It's just like, okay, does that work? Doesn't it work? There's a buddy of mine that, who's a pro, who's an amateur. Oh, I guess they're pro. They get paid, but he wrestles locally. And he's a fitness guru, and so I kind of bounce some ideas off of him. I don't go to him too much because I don't want to think I'm trying to get free advice from him, but I definitely reach out to him here and there and be like, hey, what do you think of this? And he's just like, yeah, use it, and just mix it with water, like they say, and you should be good. So
I will, like the apple cider vinegar thing.
yeah.
No bullshit. It sounds stupid, right? But we started doing it, and we do it with sparkling water. So like,
Okay.
I'll get the cheap, like $1,
Yeah.
16 or 24 ounce, whatever they are, of at
Uh-huh.
Walmart. I like the grape one. The grape goes really well with that. My wife likes some of the other ones.
Okay.
But yeah, you drink 8 ounces of that with, like a teaspoon or whatever they say.
Yeah,
of that.
there's like different ones. There's the teaspoon of apple vinegar, and then throw some chia seeds in there, and honey.
I've never heard
and-
the chia seeds one. I have like a 3-seed mix that's like the chia seeds with
Okay.
hemp seed and stuff too. It's always good. There's so many nutrients, and we're just like given such a poor education in like actual nutrition that it's such a shame. But yeah, man, I got a code and everything for First Form, and now that I didn't really push it at the beginning because I'd never tried any of their products beforehand. I kind of dove into their Legionnaire program without being a customer first. So I've kind of used this first 6 months to just like, okay, I get, I have to buy it, but I get a gift card, $100 or whatever gift card every month that comes out automatically. Right. So I have to spend that money. And so I've been using the products, but big fan of their protein bars. They feel like a snack, but they got 20 grams of protein. Right. So they keep you full. The beef sticks are the same way. And you get a ton of accountability with the First Form app too. So would love to introduce you to that stuff. I know this is turned into a sales pitch now, kind of, but I know that you were asking about, Jelly Roll's weight loss program. And obviously he's got all the money in the world now.
That guy.
Nutritionist and all of those things. Right. But there's ways that even, regular Joes like us can be healthier and take care of ourselves so that, we got kids, man. We want to live for a long time and be around for that. And no matter when you start that journey, it's going to add years to the end of your life, getting a little healthier and losing some of that weight. And we want to call you like medium B.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever get away from the big B. I mean, that's
how tall are you?
Well, I'm 6 feet. I mean, but I've always been the biggest one in my family.
You're a big ass dude, man. I've only seen you on camera, but like you're a big guy.
Yeah, I'm
getting
sick.
down to 180.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot, roughly about 400 pounds. You know the so I mean, my goal would be to get close to 3 as possible. Some doctors said that it probably wouldn't happen. It'd probably be about 330 ish or so, but um, so it's just getting on that start and not stressing out and
Yeah, little
so
by little, B. I will
yeah.
tell you, man, I ballooned up after I got out of prison. I got up to like 240, right? And I
Okay.
saw a picture of myself, and I'm a skinny guy. I spent most of my life at like 180, right?
Yeah.
Like when I went into prison, I was maybe like 175. I wasn't the
Mhm.
healthiest coming back from Mexico, or maybe I was healthier. I don't know. But working out, eating potatoes all the time and beans and just filling up on prison burritos. And then once
Yeah.
I got out, man, I went ham on all the sweets that I couldn't have when I was in there because I was a broke ass. So I'm
Yeah.
pounding freaking boxes of Oreos at a time in
Yeah.
one sitting and just being a fat ass.
Yeah, and,
Oh,
and that's the thing. It's just, I mean, money wise, it's more expensive to eat healthy. I mean, and I know that's a troubling some, but it's just overall, it's just getting the focus down, and you know, and the sad thing is like I tell everybody, I hate seeing myself on pictures and stuff. I mean, that picture that I sent you for for our background, that's probably the best picture I have. But just seeing me it's just I just don't like it, and and I don't feel, and of course I can say it because I'm sitting down, but it's like I don't feel heavy until I start doing things, like walking upstairs or walking to my car and stuff like that. So yeah, it is bothersome. It's tough.
yeah. Well, man, I wish I lived closer. I know Cody's pretty close to you. So you
Oh
guys
yeah,
live in the same town then?
yeah. We live in the same town. I mean, but like you said, he's got like 60 jobs. He works 30
Yeah.
hours a week. I
Well, you
mean,
should just try to chase him around all the time,
yeah.
and you'd probably be down to 280.
That might be a thing, is put a tracker on him and try to follow where he's at. I mean, you know so
No, brother. Well, I would like to see you live longer because I really
oh
enjoy
yeah,
spending time with you and being on here. And I would love to be an accountability partner for
yeah.
you and to keep showing up for you. Like you showed up for me, man. You add a lot to this show with me and Cody. I got a
Oh
lot going on, man. So I don't follow all the sports as closely as I should. I know how to do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff and
yeah.
to kind of build out the show and to produce all these things. I can give my takes on things, but I'm not a football guy. I'm not really an any sport guy, but I'm a huge fan of all of these sports. And I have that life experience, I guess, to bring
Yeah.
to the table that can be applied to sports. No different than what Shelly gave us tonight. And it was so nice to have Lady Persia on with
And
us.
honestly, her comparing, JJ being young, going into the pros, seeing, I didn't put that together, but I mean, that does got to be nerve wracking as a nurse, as a doctor, in that big moment, because I mean, one mishap, I mean,
Yeah,
can
lives
be,
are on the line,
yeah,
right?
exactly. So I mean, that was a heck of a comparison by her, and props to her, and but yeah, it's just I love talking sports. I mean, outside of probably hockey, it's probably my least knowledgeable stuff. I mean, basketball's kind of getting up there too because I kind of followed out of that. But you get me talking about wrestling, football, baseball. Those are my expertise. I love doing them. Played baseball up until I was about 35. I went to a couple of Twins rookie tryouts that they had at the old Metrodome.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So
Cool, man. Yeah, we're gonna have to go in depth on that
yeah,
sometime. I would love to hear some of those stories and just that
yeah. So
experience and just some really great stuff, man.
yeah.
I've really appreciated getting to know you,
Oh
having
yeah,
you as a part of our network, and I'm really looking forward to, even though it's going to be like the show starting around this time at night tomorrow with you guys.
yeah.
Unless did you mean AM?
No,
No.
no, it's a PM. It's PM.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
get a nap tomorrow at some point. I wake up at like, man, my cat gets up at like 4 a.m. We got a kitten that's just holding
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, if you can make it, I mean, that's great. I mean, we
Oh
definitely.
man, I'm not gonna turn it down, brother. I will be there. I'll do whatever I have to. If I get to fill up on Pillars of Valor coffee and make sure that I'm here, I'll be sniffing beans. throughout the show, like it's the strips that.
Yeah, no, we definitely have fun on Coast to Coast. Definitely talk different things. I mean, we've had not just sports shows, but we have an entertainment show that we've done. We've done a trivia show that I've hosted. We've done music shows. We've done we have one lady that's pretty busy now, but she was trying to do a women's show on things, and so we've tried to get out there a lot of different things, and some have worked, some haven't. So
yeah, man. Well, hey, you've seen what I do. I'm willing to throw anything at the wall and to see what sticks. And I'll start a new show tomorrow. I don't care. What is it to us, right? It's not like
and that's the one thing when we started talking about doing a wrestling show, they're like, "Oh, come on, nobody watches wrestling." It's just like you don't think people watch wrestling until you actually start talking about it, and then there's so many people that watch it.
Taboo, isn't it, for people to like put it out there that they're huge wrestling fans? I don't watch as much as I watched when I was a kid.
Exactly. You watched in the past. Well, I mean, the funny thing is one of the guys that I work with, one of the upper department managers, he walked by me one day. He goes, "Hey, I didn't know you're a big wrestling fan." I'm just like, "Yeah," and so we started talking about wrestling and stuff. So, it's out there. People know. It's like a cult. It's kind of like the LWO, you got a little cult there, so.
No, well, and I'm friends with the guys from Below Zero Wrestling over in North Dakota there.
Yep, I talked to Nick.
Yeah, Nick's a great guy, man. Shout out to Nick Stokey and BZW. I'm trying to get together with him and to actually broadcast their Winter Slam.
Okay.
So keep your eyes peeled on that. That's going to be up in Fargo and a couple 1,000-seat arena, he said.
Yeah, I know. I got to get up that way. I mean, I know, my son would love to make a trip up there, but matter of fact, I saw Nick
credentials and be ringside, man. I would love to have you involved with me and my team. And if you're excited about it, I just kind of want to be there. I kind of more want to be like ring announcer more than side the commentator, right? But I want to be involved with him. I love Nick. We were at his event that he did out at the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally and got to experience.
Yeah, he told me about that. Yeah, I saw him when they came into town for one of the big shows. I think it was TNA when they came here. I bumped into Nick and we were talking a little bit, and but I follow Midwest All-Star Wrestling. That's my big promotion here. Love those guys. They put on a great show in November, October, November. They call it Grand Slam. That's like their big event of the year.
Yeah, that's their WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's their WrestleMania. They bring in some big talent to get autographs and stuff from, and so I mean, we already got a couple of dates planned. January, we're going to go to their show in Wisconsin at New Richmond at the VFW, I think it's at, and then March, I think they got another one over there at Turtle Lake that we're going to check out. But yeah, we follow them guys quite a bit. They've had some heartbreak news the last few months on losing some people.
Well, I saw that, and I know you shared Lily's kind of obituary yesterday, and a shame because these promotions are like families, man.
Oh yeah, and that's the one thing that's nice about it. Yeah, I don't know them business wise, but you go to all their events and you talk to them all the time. I mean, sometimes I feel like Norm when I walk into there because all I hear in the background, oh, here's the Herreras family, and so they know us. They know my son. I mean, my son will trash talk the heck out of everybody. It's funny watching him. He tries to be shy, but he's not. But yeah, no, I love those guys, and there's a couple guys that's just like, man, when you hit it big, I hope you don't forget about us, because there's definitely some good talented here in Minnesota and for Below Zero Wrestling.
Yeah, well, let's do our best to keep promoting them out there, man. I love the wrestling show. We'd love to do some crossover content between SPSN and Coast to Coast and to keep on growing. Really shining a light on the places that don't. I mean, it's fun to come on and talk about the professional sports. Obviously, it helps us build our fan bases because people actually care about those teams, right?
Yep.
It's harder to find fans, but the people who really deserve it are the ones no different than me working with independent music artists, right?
Yep.
Like I would love to work with Jelly Roll, but that's not my people, right? Like
Yep.
I would love to, but man, my people are here and I'm all about supporting and using our voice and our platform to support the people that we're in the trenches with, man. So
and the thing is, you get that connection, and then hey, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, just look. Cody's a good example. Yeah, he's arena football coach now, but somebody's going to get an eye on him, or one of his players will be like, hey, this guy might be a
one
good.
of our shows that they see
Yeah.
him on and going, man, this guy really knows ball and
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
like a good dude. And
Yep.
I'm looking forward to, having him break down some plays for us. And it'll be awesome when we get into his season because we'll actually be able to use the tape and watch him break down plays and to do more of that and really having a true coaches show. Obviously, NFL rights being what they are, we're not paying for that shit.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Pay for NFL Sunday ticket to watch all the damn games or the freaking to pay for the NFL films, right? But we'd love to do that for the Calvary, and I know you guys are supporting him in his journey as well. So a lot more crossover content, I'll say, between Coast to Coast and the Scene Project Sports Network to come, and co-promoting these amazing people that we all know and love.
Yep. No, that's all you gotta do is just get good news travels, and get a good product out there, get good people out there, give them their break, and everything comes in a circle.
Awesome, man. Well, B, I'm going to let you get some sleep tonight. I better get in before my wife locks the door on me. She's already told me I'm sleeping in the garage tomorrow night because I'm not starting the show till 10:30. So
Okay.
that's all good, man. I got an
all right. Yeah, we don't want to start no trouble there. So, but
I'll be okay.
We can't wait to have you. Definitely, it'll probably be a little bit different for you because you won't have the control of the screens and stuff. But
hey, man, I don't mind a little less to do, to be perfectly honest. It gets a little overwhelming sometimes.
Definitely. So, but
I don't look stressed out, but sometimes it is when things aren't going right. Starting the show, my scenes weren't popping up right, and I couldn't find the video.
Yeah, it takes time. It takes time. I mean, it's going to be a fun time, and definitely. Well, what we do at Coast to Coast is just us being us. Living out the dream of breaking down sports and talking whatever. So
well, and while I got you here, give me a little rundown of what we're going to do on the show tomorrow. I know we were talking bigger NFL talking points.
Yeah, so I mean, we're pretty much gonna just we got a Dallas Cowboy fan, we got a Bears fan, of course, me being a Vikings fan. Our Colts fan, I don't think is going to be there because he's out of town, but we'll give a little recap on their perspective of the season, what the offseason is going to bring. Of course, the Chicago Bear fan, he's probably going to brag a little bit about his team being in the playoffs for at least 1 week.
Team fucking limping into the playoffs and
get
out of here.
But then, we'll just, talk about the coaching vacancies, who could go where. And then we'll just give out our awards, who we think the MVP is going to be, who we think the Rookie of the Year is going to be, offensive player, just give our opinions because, we just, don't want to have the same repeat stuff. I mean, that's one thing where we started is we didn't want to always hear about, the New England Patriots, all the good on the LA Dodgers and all this. We wanted to bring all sports into play. So we just definitely want to just give everybody a little love and, just have fun with it. And
I don't even know too many rookies out there, but freaking
there's a couple. I mean, nobody really stuck out this year.
Looked pretty good.
Yep, and we're not gonna there's one guy on there that we do a fantasy league in, and he always I think it was last year his first pick. He had the first overall pick, and he took the Dallas Cowboys defense, and we all laughed at him. This year he did something outrageous again in the draft, but he was in the championship game, so it's just like, oh my god, what are you doing? And so, but no, we definitely have fun.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys tomorrow. Everybody listening and tuning in, you'll be able to see us on the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network, their Facebook and YouTube channel. So check us out over there tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Man, great time tonight. Appreciate you, B, and I will see you tomorrow night, man.
All right. Yep. And we'll definitely see you tomorrow night. And if you got to travel here in Minnesota, drive safe. The roads are, so. Have a good night.
Awesome. Later. Have a great night, everybody. This is Vikings United, your ultimate destination for everything Minnesota Vikings. Bringing together the most passionate fans, insightful analysts, and dynamic creators from across Skol Nation. Get ready for deep dives, spirited debates, and exclusive insights from Coach Cody. We're celebrating our community, honoring our heroes, and fueling your fandom with Pillars of Valor coffee. This is more than a show. It's a movement. This is Vikings United.